Hey guys, we are in Boston. I have some cannolis in my hand, and we are out here because Harvard and MIT have the leading researchers on obesity, and we are hoping to team up with them to maybe see if we can get a collaboration to get obesity going on.
Hi, I'm Christine Spinelli. I actually am a volunteer with LIFT, and currently I'm working with Roberto and Sergio, who have traveled 3,000 miles away to the east to film Obesity. I think this is an incredibly important project and at a great time. Like, this is a pressing issue that we need to maybe pay more attention to, and I think that what Roberto and Sergio are doing is absolutely incredible, trying to bring this fight to a national level.
We're not in Kansas anymore. What the hell? Sorry, go ahead.
Do you know about the Harvard Square homeless shelter? What are you recording for?
We're out from LA. We're working on a project. It's called Obesity.
Are you filming people in the streets to see what their input is?
Some input, yeah, but we actually are. Give us your name.
My name is Jen, and I'm from Arkansas, actually, which has one of the highest obesity rates in the country. And so it's very inspiring to see you guys out here talking about it. But I also think it's has the potential to be like the worst epidemic of our generation, really, for our kids growing up.
Can you take a look at this? Subway tickets?
Yeah.
Adult. It's not an LA thing, it's everywhere you go. If think about it, everybody has a family member that's struggled it with one way or another, whether it's 5 pounds or whether it's 50 pounds or 100 pounds. Everybody knows somebody.
My name is Jose Barriga. I'm the director of the Boston Latino International Film Festival. My father he passed away a couple of years ago. He had diabetes. He died out of a heart attack. He had this problem. He had diabetes because his addiction to food. So at some point my father was an obese person.
MIT and Harvard took out a study that said by 42% by 2050, 42% are going to be overweight, and I have a child on the way, and in 2050 he's going to be 39 years old. He's going to be a full-grown adult. I don't want him to struggle with obesity. I don't want him to have any heart issues, knee problems.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah? But the metabolism is so fast.
When I start thinking about my son, I want him to grow up I want him to eat healthy. I want him to live long. I want him to enjoy life. I don't want him to go through the ups and downs of the weight losses that I've gone through. I had to go to Argentina, and then I had to go to Tijuana, and then I had to have a bunch of numerous surgeries. He may have that one gene that may give him that tendency to be overweight, chubby. But as a parent, if you could teach them to eat an apple instead of a bag of chips, to eat a banana, to eat an orange, I think he'll be better off. As long as he knows, I'm not going to say he's going to be the thinnest child. I have no control over that. But if I could teach him the fundamentals as a child, I think that'd be good. But yeah, I'm always thinking constantly that I'm afraid that my son Robbie will be overweight, and it's just like, it's upsetting, but I just don't know. It's like really out of my hands. But if I could teach him the fundamentals and always encourage him and take him out on walks, bike riding, now I do cycling. I'm always at the gym. I've completely changed, and if I keep doing the outdoor sports that I do, maybe I can beat it. Maybe he won't, he might have that tendency, but he'll have to battle with it just like I did. But we'll see.
Children represent a growing need because we have obesity epidemic in both adults and children, obviously, and this is very well reported in the newspapers every week and in the news.
Obesity is growing in children. It hasn't stopped growing for the last 10 years.
The rates are quite high right now. In Boston, about over 40% of school children are either overweight or obese.
More depressed neighborhoods tend to have higher rates of obesity. A lot of this some of it's related to the food choices they have. You'll see a lot of times in these neighborhoods the quality of the food available is of much poorer quality, but it's of higher caloric content, and so they're getting more calories in their food, but they aren't getting nutrition out of that food.
Communities of color in this country are harder hit by obesity and by the chronic diseases related to obesity than white communities. There's certainly an income disparity, and that relates to urban versus suburban. So you do see that the Latino, Hispanic, and Black communities are really hardest hit.
My doctor told me that the amount of times that I've gained and lost weight, that my internal organs are probably of what a 50-year-old would have, with all the stress and all the yo-yo dieting and all the junk and stuff that I ate. It's like somebody that, when you're 50-year-old, you start having these complications, and I'm only 26 and I'm already beginning to have them. And it's all because I was close to 400 pounds, which was totally unnecessary.
So people who are poor and who are living in environments that don't have good food sources and safe places for kids to play are really at a disadvantage in terms of doing their own health promotion.
The CDC came out with a report that there are roughly 400,000 people that die related to obesity. So therefore, if you add in the costs, the numbers are staggering. And if you think that if they were to invest in actually educating the people, I'm pretty sure it'd be significantly less.
The way the literature or the information is getting into our communities mostly is in terms that they cannot understand. It needs to be brought down a little bit to the level of understanding. Not everybody is a nutritionist. Not everybody is an exercise scientist. Not everybody is a public health major at college. So I think that's a big problem. No, it's not only a language barrier, it's also a terminology and concept that get out there.
I think that, for example, instead of doctors giving a brochure about something, they should give people a DVD or a CD, watch this thing at home, because people don't read.
Whether information can help us turn this epidemic around is really an interesting one. Who's got the information, where's it going, and what do we do about it?
We have been forgetting that we're treating different cultures, different social economic backgrounds, different interests.
Through middle school, through high school, I was never playing any sports. I was always like sitting and taking it easy, enjoying a bag of chips and a soda or something. And you miss that interaction, how you're supposed to play with other kids, how you're supposed to, just that whole interaction, learning how to fall. I've never broken a bone. I've never fallen to the ground playing a game. I fall in the floor because I've tripped over something, but it's never actually been doing any physical activity, going all out and let's go hiking. I was never like that. So I want my son to explore and go hiking and just be outdoors. After I lost the 200 pounds, I feel like I'm a new person. My mobility, function, everything, my self-esteem, everything's just completely changed. And when I bench press or I deadlift, and I deadlift 210 or 15 pounds, you're like, holy crap, my knees, my feet are holding all this weight. Now it's time to eat my cannoli. Mm. 2,000 calories right there, man. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm really excited about working on this project. I heard recently that back in January of 2009, Governor Deval Patrick actually started a campaign on obesity, and that actually here at Children's Hospital in Boston, we do have one of the biggest children's obesity programs in New England. So that's a. I mean,
how did Osito do?
Osito. He was good. Osito's great. He's wonderful, and I think he's a great example for all those people out there, you know, who want to do something about this issue, you know, like, and that it's been in his life, and he's taking control of it. And I think that, you know, all people who have this problem should try to do that. You know, I think Sergio is a perfect example of what we should all be doing.
Nice. Cut.